Hey everybody, I'm Brandon. This is Bethany. We're Fussy Meeple. We're here for another weekly podcast video. This one was a little delayed because we had a lot going on this weekend. We'll be going over our new game room setup that we have here. This weekend was also Valentine's.
Yes.
Right? Was that Thursday or
Friday? It was Friday. It was Valentine's Day.
Right. So Friday was Valentine's Day. We spent that at Night Watch Games where we were playing games. We had dinner there, and then we each picked a game, or the plan was we each picked a game. And then that was our gift to each other.
Yeah.
You picked Boop, the plushie.
I picked the plushie Boop.
Yeah.
I should have brought him down, but I did not. He is safe and cozy.
Yes.
And you picked nothing so far, so.
Well, we can go fix Aaron later on tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think,
we have other games to speak about too.
Night Watch Games has a great selection of games. And it's just there's nothing that really struck out to me as, hey, I really wanted that.
Right.
Speaking of games, oh yes. For the game we're playing for this week's video, it is Catch the Moon. You set up your base like this, and then you roll a die. It will tell you either your letters to touch one ladder, two ladders, or it has to go to the moon, which means it has to be the highest ladder.
Which is what I just rolled.
Yep. So you can only use one hand while placing it, and honestly, it is a fun agility style of game.
Agility.
Dexterity, my bad. Dexterity style of game.
game.
While I played this, we had our first successful game night here at the new house since we moved in a year ago.
It was fun.
It was fun. We had a great time.
We played Deception.
Yep. Started off with Deception, and then we moved on
to Mlem.
Yep, Mlem, which is going to be our game of the week. Mlem was a fun. We got it as a.
Wow.
Yes. We got it just because of that.
I wouldn't stop making the noise.
Yep. Every time she saw it, she'd make the noise. And I figured if I got the game and brought it home, she'd
stop making the noise. Has that happened yet?
Nope.
Wow.
So that's definitely our game of the week. It was a lot of fun. Basically, you and your team are going through space and you're trying different objectives, whether it's you have your different cats, you choose which cat is going on the spaceship for that round per se, and then it dictates what special abilities you have. The different comets or different moons you get on will give you points. Planets can give you points depending on the area control style with it. And then you get bonus points for like being the first cat to have a cat on 4 planets.
Cat on 4 different planets. 3 cats on 1 planet.
Yep.
Cats on 4 different moons. Or 2 cats in the comets.
Yep. So that was a lot of fun. We played a couple rounds of that. Yeah. And that's definitely probably going to be hitting our table a lot more.
Oh, yeah. Super easy to play once you get everything punched and set up. Oh. You get a teardrop.
And once with this game, Catch the Moon, once you mess up, the tile touches the cloud or touches something it's not supposed to touch, you get a raindrop.
Or if you cannot meet your objective. So, like, let's say I can't place this ladder to be the highest one without it, like, falling or touching more than 2 ladders or what have you, you also get a teardrop.
Yeah. Person with most teardrops obviously loses. Whenever it comes to, as February is coming to an end, we still have our game of the month, Tajudo is learned. I just gotta play a few rounds of it to be more comfortable with it. And then Potions of Azalin, which is Bethany's game of the month,
is still mostly unpunched. I'm getting there. It's been very busy at work this month. So I'm coming home with not a whole lot of energy to learn board games. But I am determined. I should have learned it today. It was a 3-day weekend. Oh well.
And then hopefully this month in February we'll be seeing not only Azul Duo, which we have pre-ordered through Night Watch Games.
Yeah.
And they're just waiting for that release date for them to release the game to us. We also are hoping for Dice Throne,
Womp.
which Womp Womp.
Womp womp.
We're hoping for Dice Throne because we got the Marvel setup with that. That's had its own. It's had its own set of issues arise. They have shipped out. Oh man,
You are not the highest point.
it is.
This one is.
Nope.
Yes. Is it higher than that one?
Ooh.
No.
Okay, yeah, teardrop. I may push it down a little.
You might have. But...
Dice Throne has shipped for the U.S. backers at least. 70% of the games have shipped.
Yeah.
We've not received any tracking information.
Nope.
Hopefully, we still get it in February. Thankfully, we didn't order the miniatures because that has its own debacle. This is definitely going to be one of the games that we immediately open up and check everything, though, because of the amount of issues we've been seeing in just the comments. And not all the games are a problem. It just seems like there was some mix-ups with quality control this time around. Usually, Roxley Games does really good with their games. We haven't had issues before. But we'll see how it goes. What'd you get? 1?
It was a 1. I think I'm just gonna take the teardrop. I'm not sure. It looks like it's not.
It's touching.
Quite touching, but it's like, yeah, it's barely touching.
But now to move on to the
Game room updates.
yes, game room updates.
One of the very first obvious updates today, we got in our new chairs.
Yes.
We got them from
FlexiSpot.
FlexiSpot.
We got the FlexiSpot C7s. It was one of those. We wanted more ergonomic chairs because this is where we work on our laptops. This is where we game, and this is where we record our content or edit our content. So instead of sitting in the normal style dining chairs, we wanted to go with something a little bit nicer.
Yes.
With that is whenever I learned how expensive these chairs can be.
They are pretty pricey.
Yeah, and while we did not go the most expensive route,
We still went
we did
Pretty
not
nice.
go
with the cheapest option either.
right. And one thing I will admit is I definitely do appreciate how easy these chairs were, not only to set up, but how comfortable they were.
What is happening here, sir?
Chaos. Because it doesn't.
They were pretty easy to set up. You got both of them. Wow. Put together within like 30 minutes?
Yeah, 30 minutes to put them together. So I'm going to snap my fingers a couple of times, and mainly the wheels. But we got the new chairs. They're very comfortable. They're the good height, especially for the table we just got picked up. Got the new table in. We got the old table over there. We've been debating back and forth on if we're going to be recording over there at the old table still, with maybe a
black background.
Black background or whatever background we set up.
Versus this our current background, our wall of games.
Yes, I was about to say I like the wall of games. I like the lighting we have up here.
Oh yeah, that's what else is new. New lighting.
Yep, got the LED down here.
New microphones.
Oh yeah,
It's hard to play board games when there's a giant microphone on your table blocking the board game.
I was about to say that's one issue we ran into. So one of the reasons why we got a new table was some of our games were having issues fitting on our old table. While the length was really good, the width of the table made it extremely difficult to play some games. You could Expedition Play was basically the width of the game table itself.
Yeah.
And while it was still possible to play games, it was a little more stressful.
A little too crowded.
Yeah, I got TV trays for maybe some of the game nights, and then we found this for a good deal. 44 inches depth. It's, I think, 60 inches in length, which is good for most of the games we play. And then we're getting a leaf in here soon, hopefully, to where we can expand it even more. To the moon. So with that, we're definitely happy with how this room has come out. I and then I'll be doing.
Oh gosh, to the moon.
But later on tonight, I will be doing a tour of the game room setup and how we have it. We'll be doing within the next 2 weeks. I will be posting the first in the Ticket to Ride series that we're doing, and I'll be posting a board game table kind of review, talking about
You know, that's still the highest after your spell.
what this one.
That one. After your spell.
That. So I'll be making a video talking about the different styles of tables that are commonly used, the pros and cons, why going with a board game table from like All Play Wormwood, which is bucket list item for me.
Wormwood. Tables are pretty.
Yeah, I was about to say, while that route may be better, or while your route
Oh no. Oh, it's
while it may be better going the route of just a dining table and what maybe you want to be looking out for while you're shopping for a dining table.
yes.
With that, we're done with our game room news, and all we have left, only 11 minutes, all we have left is our weekly fussing. So to start this off, we're going to be going over, we're creating a new, not necessarily topic, but
It's a fussy meter.
yes, a fussy meter for games. So basically,
Start
I wonder.
out of my ladder. Hey. That's cheating.
It is on there though. So each game having a fussy meter rating. Like how this
To the
one, I'd rate this one. It'll be out of 1 of 5. 1 being the the lightest of games, and then 5 being the rage-inducing style of games. And we'll be taking different different matters into the equation, such as not only like, hey, is this more game related, that it makes
Or is it?
Well-
Is it the game that makes me fussy, or cranky, or angry, or is it the person I'm playing with?
right. And it's not necessarily because if we were going over just the games that I make her fussy at, every game would be a 5 to her.
No, it would not.
Except for Architects.
Architects wouldn't be a 5
For me.
for you. It would be.
But basically, like, this game would be along the lines of a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily infuriating of a game. It's honestly, while it's stressful, it's kind of peaceful. And that may raise it, raise it up to 2. But it's not like
That's
Ticket to Ride. It's not like Ticket to Ride where it could be at a 3 or a 4, depending on which Ticket to Ride you're playing.
Route.
So we're gonna be having that kind of going on. I'm making a few other graphics to add.
We're gonna do graphics for that. That's cool.
Yeah, so like whenever we're showcasing a video, you'll have like a little meter bar or something like that.
I
I'm
like it.
making something.
I like it.
Um,
Oh no, forgot about that.
forgot about what.
That'll eventually have a video up of the first playthrough for Dragon Eclipse.
Oh yeah, no. Bethany's doing the single player playthrough. She's starting with Dragon Eclipse.
Yes.
So that'll be
Hopefully
coming.
sometime. Hopefully I'll get it to the table sometime this week.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's about. I'm sure we will. The Dragon Eclipse boxing, reboxing, those videos did really well.
Those are up.
There
Really
was-
well for us.
Yeah. Those were some good questions that we had in our
Yes.
video for the reboxing.
Yes. there
And
were
definitely
questions.
has me knowing how to re-give the next video. Hi Loki. And then so I'm maybe doing that with some of the other games we have coming in. Obviously with games like Dice Throne. We're not gonna have a reboxing video.
Now those
There's
come
really
pretty
no need for that.
organized, yeah.
Hey Loki, come here. But to end our weekly fussing, scams. We got plagued with a scam. And I like to think of myself as generally careful whenever it comes to,
Buying
scamming
stuff
stuff.
online, yeah.
If it seems too good to be true, 9 times out of 10 it is too good to be
Probably
true.
is, yeah.
Look at profiles, make sure they weren't just generated. or and then one red flag that unfortunately I saw it, but I didn't think much of it. Was use of stock photos.
Discuss the incident.
Yeah. So we tried purchasing Unconscious Mind ID Light. Dude was selling it for $120.
Which is about average for what it was going for.
I was about to say, yeah, it's like it wasn't too cheap to get people to, I want to buy it. Dude was responsive. Dude's Facebook, it was not a brand new Facebook. He didn't have any photos he took though. It was screenshots. Yeah. But I figured whenever it comes to games like that, it was
brand new and
to show what was included with his version. So I went ahead and I Venmo'd him the money. I do apologize. We have a couple of dogs, and they will sometimes take a video. Hey. Went ahead, purchased it for $120. Saw shipping label be generated, all that jazz. Few days passed by, no movement. He said he'd ship it up next day, so I hit him up. He said hey, I shipped it out. Don't know what's going on. I'll go and talk to them next week. Waited a week past that. Kind of pinged him again about it, and he said, hey, what they told me was it could take a couple of days. I'm not happy about it either, but they do have it. I don't have it anymore. So I'm used to that. Whenever you make the shipping label, if you drop it off, sometimes USPS doesn't really show movement on it until the next day or the day after.
They should at least scan it.
Yeah. So I waited another few days. No movement whatsoever. So I do inquire about it one last time to then get blocked.
Yeah.
No explanation, none of that. So I was like, okay, let me look into this. Going into Venmo, seeing, hey, I wasn't the only one that paid him for Unconscious Minds.
Yep.
Luckily, I did do buy protection, and right now I have the dispute going on. We'll see how that goes. But just kind of being mindful of those kind of scams. It can happen to really anybody. There are things to look out for, and sometimes it's very bottish or very NPC-like that the sale ads are, and those are obviously fake.
Right.
And sometimes it's just real people trying to get your money.
Yeah.
Always use buyer protection if you're not buying the game in hand right there at that moment.
Yeah.
That's my suggestion. A lot of sellers will be like, hey, if you're selling via goods and services, please add this amount, which is fair because they still get their money, but your money's still protected.
Yeah.
So that's it for our weekly fussing. This is for our weekly podcast. I'm going to go ahead and clean up the room a little more, and then record our game room tour.
Yes.
And then maybe start recording the game room table video. But we'll see you guys shortly after this. Have a great day. Bye.